Halacha, the Rambam says, even though Shekol Chuki HaTorah Gzeirei saying there's Chukim HaGzeireis, they're higher than our Seichel Kumeisha B'Yarnu B'Soyif Me'ilah, like it's explained in the end of Hilchos Me'ilah, that the Torah, the Chukim are higher than our understanding. A person.
It's not a siyum from B'chira, it's a siyum from the Rambam. It's something for the Rebbe wanted everybody please be quiet and listen. If you can't listen, go outside. Shush.
A person should think into them. As much as you can give a reason for it, give a reason. Shlomo HaMelech understood most of the reasons for all of the chukim. So the Rambam says something that's not, doesn't have any mocker. That the pasuk says, when they get to a tamura, someone exchanges an animal and tries to put the kedusha from one animal onto another, both of them become kaddish. Like it says in a makdish yigal, as they say, it's similar to what it says in another din. If a person been makdish their house and then they want to redeem it, he has to add a fifth. Now, these two dinim are connected. What's the connection? The Torah is going down into a little bit of the person's natural thoughts and his yitzhahara's ideas. Naturally, a person likes to amass wealth and to give attention to his money. Even though he gave something to the Eibishter, it could be that he took it back, that he regrets what he donated. And he wants to redeem it for less than its real worth. Torah tells you, if he himself is going to go and redeem it, he should add a fifth to make sure that he won't try to scam the hektish. The same thing is if he makes a behema kaddish, the same idea, the same chashash, that his yitzhahara might compel him to go back on that, and because he cannot exchange it, redeem it, he'll exchange it with an animal that's worth less than it. And we'll let him exchange a good animal, not such good animal for a better animal. He might come and exchange a good animal for a bad animal. And he'll think to himself that it's a good animal as well. The Torah says a blanket din that you cannot exchange it. And he punishes you if you do exchange it. So Amar and pasuk says, Dr. Rambam weiter, attacking the yois of all these things is to subjugate the Yitzhahara and to be misakin his days. Days is his perspectives and his behaviors, which are really connected. Most of the dinim of Torah are eitzes from the far one, from the person that knows the right and good advice. This is a lashon of the pasuk in Yirmiyah when the Eibishter told him to buy fields in a city that was going to be destroyed, conquered soon. So in other words, something that we don't understand, but the Eibishter from a further perspective, from far away from our seichel, does understand, and it's meant for our good. And to straighten out our actions. Likewise it says, I wrote for you measured instructions to teach you the truth of what to do. You should be able to answer truth to the one that sent us, which is the Eibishter. Quick verse from the Rebbe, I won't keep you long. In the Hilchos Me'ilah, the Rambam says that all chukim have a tam as well. Most chukim also have a tam which is beyond our seichel. some Mefarshim learn that a chukah is totally senseless. It's totally the Eibush Chachma that has no reason. The Rambam in Hilchos Miluim teaches us that it has a reason that's beyond us. And here in Hilchos Temura, the Chiddush is, and not only is there a reason, you should know that there is a reason, but you should try to think into and find the reason that's beyond us. We all know that there is chukim and mishpatim. There's some mitzvahs we do understand, some mitzvahs we don't understand. And the Chazal tell us that a person should say by a mitzvah, afshi, I want to do it, by an isser. Shouldn't say, I don't want to eat chazer. You want to eat, so to say. But then, you're not doing it for the Eibishter. Now, the Rambam in Moyer Nevuchim tells us that when does this apply to chukim? That's when we should do it only for the Eibishter, and our own intention should be not that. We should not want to do, let's say, whatever the Eibishter tells us to do. We should do it just for the Eibishter. But when you get to Mishpatim, a person shouldn't say, Afshi, I really want to kill someone, but what should I do? The Eibishter tells me I can't kill. Why? Because like Rabbi Jung, you should be trained by the Mishpatim to how a person's midah should be. So the question now becomes, what, based on the Rambam over here, what difference is there between Mishpatim and Chukim? If we're supposed to think into the Chukim and try to understand the Chukim, so what difference is there? They're all both the same. We're both trying to understand and learn Hayrois and change our maisim and our deis, our behaviors and our perspectives from these mitzvahs. The Rebbe explained in a Sikha that there's two types of seichel. The seichel Adam. Mishpatim is something that fits with seichel Adam. It's something logical. If Torah wouldn't have told us to do it, we would have done it on our own. Right? If the Torah wouldn't have written, we would have on our own thought about it. However, the seichel that we're talking about here is the seichel of the Eibishter. That's something that not necessarily is seichel Adam. You wouldn't have thought of it on your own. Once the Eibishter tells us to do it and we think into it, we could understand, we could accept the seichel of the Eibishter. And that's the diuk here, that the Rambam uses the word that it's from mirachik migdela eitzah, so to say, from the far one. And not that it's something that's logical on the very basic sense of the word, rather it's something beyond us, but we can try and we can accept it if we think into it. Shem Hashem Keleilam Leiv Tar Brali Elikim Ruach Nachim Chadish Bekirbi Sefer Asiv Sefer Tara Beis of Shmoina with Siduran. First halacha is Hilchos Tumas Meis Aleph Meis B'tap B'magro B'mas of oil Tumas Shiva. The mace, a dead body, it makes the person tamei in three ways: Magro Masa and oil Tumas Shiva for 7 days. Tumas Magro oil Mifrashim B'Toira. Mag ben oil are clearly in Teshuvah, and they gave the meat for Chonef Shalom and Tomei Shivas Yamim, and never Chalabah the oil, because of oil eat Shivas Yamim. The next halacha goes on to explain how we learn out to Masa. Just to end off, of course, even though we just said before that Chukim are l'mayla from our Seichel, and we can just try to understand them and accept them, but doesn't really become Seichel Adam. We all know that when Mashiach comes, it's taking Shir Hashirim, Yishakenu min Ashika Yispiyu, and from there Rashi tells us that when Mashiach comes, there'll be a gilui of all the Mr. Tzvunei and all the time HaTorah will become completely open to us. We should be zoichet to this, the Kariv Mamish.
Amen. Everybody says to come for praying. Yasiyu min Ashkole, Tagroisa Simcha, Mikemekayim, the ones that learn